What up, what up, what up? It's your boy PE to the PE. Positive Energy. AKA Budd Buttx. Back again with more smoke. Apologize for that last video. Music was too loud, but it was really about listening to the music to begin with. The stuff I was talking about before that was really just, advertising, basically, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, September 29th in Philly, Cassidy the GOAT versus Arch the Rebel. It's going down. Go check out www.therealbrc.com. Holla at your boy. What I want to talk about real quick, man, something I talked about before, but it needs to be brought back up, and that's about how great was the Warriors really, man. I mean, this team that was so awesome before Kevin, I'm talking about the 73 and 9, the greatest team ever that y'all thought could beat the Bulls and everything. This was the team. They didn't even have Durant on that team, okay? Y'all was talking about the 73 and 9 team, the team that went to the finals against LeBron 2 times in a row. The one that won the first one and lost when they were 73 and 9. I'm talking about that team. That team that y'all was calling the greatest ever back then. Y'all was saying they could beat the Bulls. And that was before they even had Durant. Okay? Now that team was so great, right? The core of that team was Steph, Clay, Draymond, and Iguodala. He played a vital role. They had Harrison Barnes back there. But the 3 keys, like in this age of basketball, it's usually 3 key players and what you could put around those players. And at the time they got Iguodala, they wasn't acting like Iguodala was a superstar, like, even though he had been Defensive Player of the Year, defender, all defender and all that before, all-star. Excuse me if I misspoke on the Defensive Player of the Year. You know what I'm saying? But he was older when he came to them. You know what I'm saying? He was viewed as a good pickup. But wasn't no headlines, no press conference like, oh man, you see what they got now? Wasn't none of that. Wasn't nobody really even talking about the Warriors like that like the first year when they first won. Everybody was saying Charles Barkley, the jump shooting team and never win. They'll never win one. And they won the first one to prove Barkley wrong. Talk of that shit. Right? Then they went 73 and 9. Y'all was saying this is the coldest team ever. But what pumped them up, and again, I'll say this and I'm going to keep saying this, what made that team in everybody else's eyes so great was they beat the Cavs in the final with LeBron, Kevin Love, Kyrie. But Kevin Love was hurt. But y'all still wanted to put this team like they were so great. You know what I'm saying? Next year they go 73 and 9. And they lose when they lose Draymond. But then y'all still saying this is the greatest team ever. LeBron took down the 73 and 9 team that was, this is the greatest team, everybody in the world. Y'all try to pump them up. You see what I'm saying? Because LeBron beat them. I bring that back to say this. They got basically that same team this year. Granted, Clay hurt. Clay will be back. He's not going to miss the whole season. Clay is a shooter. He's not a dunker. He's not super athletic. He's going to be able to continue to do what he does best. Shoot the ball. His defense may suffer a little. with his lateral equipment in the ACL. But offensively, he's still gonna have them boys with the best shooting backcourt ever. Period. Still gonna have another All-Star. They still gonna have Draymond. They third wheel. They big three, and then they still gonna have another All-Star in D'Angelo Russell and young athletic big down low, which could be an improvement over what they had before with Harrison Barnes and Iguodala. Could be, didn't say it was definite, but you do got more playmaking and shooting, more reliable shooting with D'Angelo Russell than Iguodala. Iguodala just hit big threes. He didn't hit a lot of threes. D'Angelo will give you more value, and Cauley Stein might give you a rim protector, a big down low who can block and rebound shots with him and Draymond Green. No one is calling this team the greatest team ever. Bro, nobody is picking this team to win the West. Nobody even saying they going. Bro, nobody is putting these motherfuckers in the top 10 odds, I think, to win an NBA title this year. I know they ain't in the top 5. That's a definite. Can't remember if they was in the top 10 or not. Definitely not the top 5 favorite teams. And this is the same team that, that one time had the same core as the team that went 73-9 and y'all thought could beat the Bulls with Jordan and Pippen and Rodman and all that. Like, what do y'all really be seeing when y'all be seeing shit? Y'all be prisoners of the moment, and whatever is happening right now is the greatest shit ever. Like, motherfuckers want to act like everything that they are seeing, that they're witnessing, has never been witnessed before, and ain't nobody ever seen none of this type of shit before. Stop it, bro. Stop it. Why aren't they bro, in the West, I'm putting them higher than everybody else. This is how fickle y'all is. Y'all went from them to being the greatest of all time. Now, granted, when they added Durant, they were a different team. You know what I'm saying? Although I still don't think that Durant team could beat the Bulls. Even with Durant, they wouldn't have been able to beat the Bulls. The matchups defensively was too much all the way around the board. Like, they basically had 5 perimeter defenders that was effective at defender the perimeter. And the Warriors is a perimeter-oriented team with no big man that they even have to worry about. That's the only thing that was beaten, not even beaten, that would give Jordan some type of problems, was teams with dominant big man, because they had Longley and Purdue and Cartwright and like all these was the centers that was on George's team. So that's why Shaq and them gave him problems when Shaq was with the Orlando Magic. Alright. Warriors don't have it. With Durant, their 5 would be Draymond, Durant, Clay, Steph, unless y'all want, would y'all put Boogie out there? I guess, but they lost last year, so we don't really want that team because that team lost. It would have to be the teams that beat and won the championship, right? And Boogie wasn't a part of that, so squash that. You don't get Boogie, okay? Because Boogie didn't win the ring. We talking about the teams that won the ring, the 2 that won a ring with Durant, the first or the second. So who was y'all? Durant, Draymond, Steph, Clay, and Iguodala, right? That's gonna be our 5. Jordan, Pippen, Ron Harper, Dennis Rodman, Tony Kukoc. 5 people who can guard the perimeter. Even Dennis Rodman, who started off as a small forward, is an excellent perimeter defender. Yo, pick and roll switches is nothing with this team. Like anybody you pick and roll and switch with, I don't care if you put Durant in the pick and roll. I got basically everybody on my team can guard Durant and make it tough for him. Like this is what y'all don't understand about defense when it pertains to basketball and defending a great scorer such as Durant, Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, so on, so forth. You're not going to stop those offensive juggernauts. You're not going to just shut them down to where they can't score. They got too much arsenal. This is what makes them such great scorers. They have too many different weapons they can use to get bucket, score points. All right. The object of a great defender is to make that superstar player take tough shots in spots that they don't necessarily want to shoot from. When you got Ron Harper, 6'6", excellent perimeter defender. Eric Pippen and Jordan, probably the 2 best perimeter defenders ever. Sorry, Kawhi, all of them. You up there, Kawhi. No disrespect. And to some degree, I might even put Kawhi up there ahead of them, just for the simple facts that the rules changed. Jordan and them could be a little bit more aggressive with they could put their hands on a motherfucker and play a little tougher where Kawhi ain't got to do that. So in that regard, I'll put Kawhi up there. But Kawhi ain't even talking about this conversation. If you want, that's just, we can still put Jordan, Pippen, Ron Harper, 3 perimeter defenders. Told you about Dennis Rodman. The weakest one would be Tony Kukoc, 6'10", stretch forward. Yeah, we had 6'10" stretch forwards back then. Y'all ain't know that? Or y'all just thought that Durant was the first tall, long, lanky motherfucker? No, the Europeans brung the 6'4", 6'10" stretch forwards with, first I remember it was kind of like Kukoc and them, and then you got Turkaloo came over, Dirk, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, neither here nor there. It's not the first time we've seen this shit. So, any switch, pick and roll the Warriors want to do is covered. But Steph is a defensive liability. They can pick and roll and have Jordan. You got Steph on Jordan in the pick and roll and set him in that. Nothing he can do. I mean, Jordan gonna score, Pippen gonna score. We gonna lock y'all down. We don't even gotta score that. Y'all just thinking it's about to be a scoring barrage, but we about to make it tough for y'all to even get y'all offense off. And all we need to score is between 95 and 100. So, Pippen, go get me 20. Anything over 20 is a plus. Rodman, we know you ain't gonna score. You'll get all the rebounds and D. We ain't worried about that. Harper, Kukoc, if y'all can give me about 10 apiece, that'll be 40 points, right? The bench can throw in 10 to 20. That's 50 to 60, right? So we got 60 points, and I'm telling you we need 90 to 95 to win. Jordan gonna give you whatever you need after that to secure the bag. He gonna give you 35 or 40, maybe 45. If we need 105, I score more. It don't matter. Y'all give me them consistent numbers, and I ain't even asking much out of all these guys. 24 superstar players like Pippen, he can do that. Between 10 for Kukoc, 10 for Ron Harper, they can do that. 20 off your bench, that shouldn't be too much. And I'm going to do the rest. I'm going to bring home the bag. He did it every time. Didn't even go to a game 7. So when y'all talk about that GOAT shit, the only reason why I'm giving him the GOAT of the NBA is because he ain't lose no finals. I still feel the greatest basketball player on all levels is Kareem. But if you want to say the best NBA player, we're going to roll with the GOAT, and it's Jordan. Facts. So stop trying to pump up this motherfucking Warriors team, that 73-9 team, just because. No, not pump up that team. Stop trying to pump up LeBron's victory and downplay his loss. That's what it come down to. It ain't about what the champions they did in the Warriors. They was a good team. They was a great team and all that. I ain't trying to discredit them on that. I'm just saying, stop trying to pump up LeBron's win over the 73-9 team and stop trying to downgrade when he lost to the team before that. Okay? Facts. You win. You are what you like Bill Parcells said. You are what your records say you are. Okay, LeBron. Your records say you 3-6. You're 3-6. It ain't no. Oh, we gotta sugarcoat this motherfucking loss. These wasn't. Your records say you 3-6. You're 3-6. Jordan's record say he's 6-0. He's 6-0. Kobe's record say he 5-2. He 5-2. Magic say he 5-4. He 5-4. Kareem say he's 6-4. He's 6-4. That's what he is. What his record say he is. And then we talking about the top dog on all these squads. And one night baby, like, you know what I'm saying? So, and if you want to say, well, Jordan always had Pippen when Kobe did. Listen, it was proof that Kobe and Shaq was both championship players without the other, because they both won championships without the other. Pippen never won a championship without Mike. End. And that's the end of this. Peace. Holler at your boy. Can't have peace till we come together as one.